Good morning. I have no coffee. So each day I try to think of some kind of story to tell you or to make some sort of sense of the day other than I'm just, hey, watch me walk around the world. So today I want to talk about... Hey guys, so it's 1:45 in the morning and I'm trying to salvage this story and I just can't. So I have to sort of pivot into a different story, which is how my son was born and how that experience sort of shaped my relationship with him. It's at the very end of the video. So if you want to watch that, great, stick around. If not, it's just a pretty simple video of me taking my son motor riding, eating dinner, and hanging out. I never wanted anything that I have. Yes, babe?
Fixed it.
You did? How? She fixed the coffee machine. Ew!
I mean, there's a thing called YouTube.
Dude, my wife is such a handyman. I'm the worst. And she just YouTubed I just hit it. I just hitting it like a caveman. And then she just fixes it. So today we're going to take my boy out motor riding because it's going to rain tomorrow. I usually ride Thursdays, but we got to sneak in the ride today, which is a bummer because I'm really actually feeling like getting in a good workout today on the bike, but we're going to take the boy motor riding. Okay, I got to pick up my son, but I forgot my mask, so I just have my son's mask. How stupid do I look? Let's go! What do you like most about riding on the weekends?
Getting to be on the track and flowing.
Yeah?
Everything about it.
You just love everything about it?
Except for crashing.
You don't crash.
I know, but still.
Flow Vision is like a local goggle company. You got to support the locals. So we got some new goggles, man. Floral pattern, all white, and then the pinks. I got the floral ones for me. I was gonna get him the pink ones, but
I can have the pink one.
if you want to rock those, then rock them. Bro, it matches your sweatshirt so good.
What was the floral?
I mean, that right now your getup, it matches perfect. I'm really trying to convince him to run the pink. It doesn't matter. I want both. I like both. Got him. Flowing. I mean, I feel good, but when Ryan got behind me, right, I felt like I was the fastest human on the planet, and then he's just noodling. I almost crashed a couple times. So, you know what would be the dumbest thing ever is to train like a pro and then break my arm out here. So, We'll probably pull it back just a little bit, you know, more focus on like getting a workout in.
He said he was on like 6 years.
You're so cute. Give me the yup.
I'm psycho at the end of the day.
How do you look at it when me and Athen go riding and you're left here with Winnie and a
Well, to be honest, I feel bad because I feel like you want me to go with you guys. But I don't really want to go with you guys. I think it's nice that you guys have this special thing that you guys get to do by yourself. Because it's really the only time that you guys do something together by yourself.
So you don't feel like left out as a part of it?
No? Watch for sure.
So do you think, does that make you upset sometimes when mom doesn't go out and watch you? Or are you cool with me being a part of it?
Sometimes, I mean, Mom, like, it's been 100,000 years since Mom came out.
You're 100,000 years old?
I mean, like, the last time Mom came out, I was on the Kawasaki.
That is true. All right. What's on the menu for tonight?
So tonight we did tacos or burritos. I like to get these tortillas from Costco. They're frozen, raw, and then you cook them up. Super easy, but they taste so good. Tacos, burritos, those are all super easy because you can do everything pretty much in one dish. So beans, I even do the beans in there. I did black beans. First you start with your veggies though. Then it's awesome because you could do whatever veggies. So onions, you could throw tomatoes in. Tonight I did cauliflower because it doesn't have that huge of a taste. And then I did bell peppers. Then I added the black beans. You could do refried beans also, that's good. Mix that all up, taco seasoning. Then we topped it with some sauce. We had some avocado lime salad dressing, so I just mixed that with the vegan mayo to make like a avocado lime sauce. Cilantro microgreens we added to it. And then on the side we did roasted potatoes. I like sweet potatoes, so then I especially like sweet potatoes with Mexican food. So I did sweet potatoes and purple potatoes for mine.
All right, so first off, let's do a little taste test here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Usually after motos, we do Chipotle. I just thought that we've been putting the bar so high on dinner, Chipotle wasn't going to be the move, so I asked Kristen, my smoking hot wife, to do a Chipotle-inspired dinner. So she came up with this. The avocado vegan mayonnaise garlic sauce thing you did is unbelievable. This is why I gotta not eat all day, because I want 17 of these tacos. When you're not a parent, all you see is poopy diapers and lost time and headaches and issues. And maybe it's just sort of like a primitive thing, but once you have kids, everything in your life has this totally different meaning. And no matter what my success personally is, I can always fall back on my kids, that as long as they're alive, I feel successful. I am looking forward to them growing up and getting out so that I can have more time with my best friend. But currently, right now, I'm loving how capable my son is. Like me and him, he's so self-sufficient. And then my daughter, she's so freaking cute, dude. It blows my mind. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you tomorrow. As always, Vegan Cyclist.
Yeah.
So we're in the hospital, she's in labor, and it's taking forever. And I'm sitting there reading a menu for food because I'm hungry. And she's literally, dude, on the table pushing. And the doctor is saying, you gotta push. Like, we've been doing this for like 2 hours, and if you don't get him out, we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section. And she was freaking out about that. But so she's pushing and pushing, and I'm reading this menu just thinking, I can't wait to eat some dinner. And then the doctor gets this like plunger, basically, and sticks it on inside on the kid's head, on my kid's head. And then bro, I'm thinking this baby is so fragile. This doctor is just wrenching on the top of my son's head. And I'm sitting there with my menu, and I'm just kind of like, what is happening? This doctor is like gonna rip my wife in half. And so she's pulling, and then boom, my son comes out, and I am not a crier, okay? I don't cry. I cried like when I was 8 when I bumped my knee on the ground or something. And I don't know if it was the pheromones or what, but when my son came out, I literally am going from thinking about what I'm going to eat to just going, I'm just crying uncontrollably. It was a cry and a feeling that is undescribable because it came from somewhere else. It wasn't a cry from the head. It was a cry from the chest. And then I remember going, dude, I'm not ready for this. Whose baby's that? And then so they clean it up and they asked me to cut the umbilical cord. I'm like, bro, I'm not qualified to cut an umbilical cord. You're the doctor. And so then I'm like, all of a sudden, super scared. And then they clean up my son and they hand him to me. And he looks old and weird, looks just like my wife's dad. And then I'm holding this kid and I'm like, dude, hold on, man. I'm not ready for this. Do I have a class that I go to? Can I just hang out here for a minute? It was so crazy that it's just, here you go. That's yours now. And I was freaking out. And then so we gave the baby goes to mom on her chest. I snap a picture for Facebook. Her titty's out. I snap a picture and her nipple is out, and I posted to Facebook, like, welcome to the world, Athen Pierce. And so instantly I posted my wife's boob to Facebook. Good job, Dad. And then they say, hey, we got to rush you off to surgery to my wife. And they whisk her away. And I'm just holding the baby now. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? Everything okay? And they're like, no, she's bleeding really bad. We got to stop this. And then so they wheel my wife off. And I'm holding a baby. And I'm just, the shit is this, dude. So then they say, well, your wife's going into surgery and it's going to be hours. So we'll take your baby to the nursery and just put him in this, little nursery bed. Sometimes in life, you have to cross a threshold. I think manhood is one of those things. When you go from a boy to a man, there's often this moment that you have to be thrusted through that plane. It's very uncomfortable, but it is just this instant change. And I was faced with this moment to go through the threshold of just a boy, a scared boy, to a father. I think that I pulled a lot from my mom and my grandma in this moment, that they never seemed to be afraid, that my grandma she gave me 100% of her time and energy. My mom was so supportive in everything that I did, that I sort of like took this female energy and I was like, I'm mom now. I'm the mom. Because mom is in surgery. So I say, no, I'm not leaving the side of my son. And so then I just, for the first 4 hours, man, of his birth, it was just me and him. And this changed me completely. So if this didn't happen, I don't know what kind of father I would be. Because if it just all of a sudden, Kristen was doing it, I think I might have still been hands off. But since I was forced to just be a dad right now, it was the craziest experience. I had read in one of these books that if you take your pinky and put it in the mouth, like up like that, and so I just have my pinky in my son's mouth and he's just sucking on it for 4 hours. And I keep asking the nurse, like, hey, what's going on with my wife? Where is she? What's going on? They kept saying, oh, it's okay. And then around 3 hours, she came in and I was like, what's going on? She said, well, we have to do a DNC, and that's what we're going to do. And I was like, well, what if that doesn't work? She was like, it will work. I'm like, but what if it doesn't work? She's like, it will work. So then I was very afraid because there was no plan B. And I had never even considered losing my wife during pregnancy. But Kristen was bleeding uncontrollably, so they had to put her out. And so then now my son's 4 hours old and crying because he's hungry, but I don't want to give him a bottle, and I don't have my wife to get advice from. And so I'm just here, and the doctors and the nurses are like, just leave your son, go get some rest, go out. And no, I'm not doing it, dude. I am mom, I am dad, I am everything, I am it. So then finally they say, okay, she's good to go. And we go and see her, Kristen, my wife, and she's messed up, dude, because she was put under. So she's so groggy and out of it and just all over the place, and she's just a mess. And so then I hand her the baby, and now she sort of feels disconnected because she doesn't know what's going on. The baby's crying and she's trying to breastfeed and that's not working. That first night was, you ever just look at a situation and you're like, I have taken on way more than I should have ever taken on. It was extremely difficult. I pick her up, I take her home, and we just start trying to be the best parents we can be. I made so many mistakes as a dad because I don't know what I'm doing, and all I know is playing with my kid and throwing him in the air. And so I'm trying to play with my kid at 2 weeks old, and he's just a little, he's just nothing. And I'm like, what am I doing, man? I felt very insignificant. I felt very useless because I can't feed the baby. I can't really do anything. I can change the diapers and stuff, but I have no real point in this kid's life. So I felt very lost and confused. I think it was 1 week in, and we were supposed to have date night. At this time, we were doing date night every Thursday, and so Kristen's mom came over to watch the baby, and the baby's crying, Athens, crying, and my wife's like, we can't go, we can't leave him with my mom like this. And I had a breakdown, man. I went into the closet, I shut the door, and I started screaming at the top of my lungs. It was a hoot. It was crazy. And then so my wife actually, she heard me and she saw me. I was crying a little bit. And then so we did go out to date night because she knew that I was breaking, I was cracking. And then every single day after that point, it got better and better and better. Also, my wife has been the most supportive and crazy amazing mother. She was born to mother the shit out of our kids. But without the support of my wife, if I was a single parent, I don't even know. I can't imagine I would be a 10th of the father that I would be. But I just know that with the support of my wife, I am the best father and husband that I could potentially be. And I'm always working on it, trying to be better.